Hello. Let's see if everything's working here. I'm still new to streaming, so give me a little wave in chat if everything's working right. Yeah. Uh, cool. Okay, so if this starts to become a thing on the regular, I definitely want to look into getting a better production value because um it's a little janky compared to, professional streamers, but we're just having fun right now. We're having fun. It's an indie studio. Oh, so let's see here. Uh 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 what do we got? Got. I want to see part. Oh, we got a few people on right now. Got a few people on. Let's see. Da 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 da. Oop. Eh, 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 eh. Let's see here. Prickles, thank you again for the feedback. Oh my goodness, you are so welcome. Um, what software are we looking at? This is Ableton Live. This is specifically Ableton Live 11. Um, I, I definitely want to upgrade to 12. As far as like, oh my goodness, Stardust Jazz Cafe. Yeah, that is actually me. Um, excuse me. Um, that's really cool. And the art was done by Shad. Uh, great artist. Loved the fan art. Yeah, I was just kind of goofing around, and I'm glad that people liked it. There's one that's still sitting in the drafts folder that I need to finish, but I've got so much other stuff going on. Um, but as far as the DAW goes, let's see. So yeah, this is Ableton Live 11. I definitely want to upgrade to 12 when I have the budget for it. So let's see. Way back in the day, when I got my first guitar, I was I had Guitar Pro. This was back in the early aughts. I'm old. So this is back in the early aughts. And uh, I was, I had Guitar Pro, but like a lot of the stuff I downloaded ended up being wrong. So I would correct it. And then it was like, oh, I can actually just make my own stuff in this. And um, then from there, I went to Cubase, messed around with FL Studio a bit. And then I was in a trade school for about a year. Uh, and I don't recommend the trade school that I went to. I got a lot of hands-on experience. It was better than a lot of schools, but it did not help my career in the slightest as far as their like placement services went. Um, And uh, so while I was there, of course, like the industry standard is Pro Tools. So I did spend a lot of time in Pro Tools, and I definitely still prefer that in like an actual physical like recording studio. It is generally just like it's better for the workflow. But as far as a home studio is concerned, Ableton Live has been the absolute best. The MIDI tracking is better. The automation is a lot easier to do. Um, it uses VST instead of AAX. I just generally enjoy it a lot more. The workflow is a lot better for me. Um, let's see, 1 second here. And oh, I'm so popular right now. I can't get away from my phone. Um, let's see. Let's keep going through the chat here. Um, let's see. Let's see. Have you ever done adaptive music? Oh, like a dynamic OST. I was on a I was on a potential project that unfortunately fell through because the lead developer encountered some insurmountable troubles. It was unfortunate, but I was working on a dynamic soundtrack for that game that was going to be using Fmod, and it's so much fun. It's a totally different style of composition, and I love it. Fmod was fairly easy to figure out, partially because I do have uh, a a development past. I am not huge into development anymore. I was also in information security for a while, but tech is not for me. Um, but I did have so much fun playing around with Fmod and that kind of stuff, and I would love to get another project like that. Currently, with like the kind of stuff that's coming into the studio, it is very like indie single developer, two developer kind of stuff, and they don't have the bandwidth for doing Fmod integration. But I would absolutely love to do that sometime. It's so much fun. Um, and let's see. Um, so, what do we got? What do we got? What do we got here? Um, did any? Okay. Uh, okay. Celeste. Oh my goodness, Celeste. Celeste. I have so much fondness for Lena because she is a sweetheart, and she very very early on, like right before I started working with Adrienne, I I was hitting her up on Twitter, asking her like a million questions. And she very sweetly like took her time and actually walked me through a bunch of stuff about like plugins and software and like what to get, what to avoid. A lot of just different advice. I don't even know if she remembers that it was like more than 5 years ago at this point, but she's such a sweetheart, and I love her music. It's so delightful. Uh, let's see. Oh, Ninny is asking, came here through the ISAT OST personally and absolutely love your Stardust Jazz Cafe. That's such a mouthful. Why did I name it that? Stardust Jazz Cafe upload. Are you planning on making more comfy twists on that OST? Oh my goodness. I'm so glad you like it. I have one in the drafts, which would make three in total, and I just need to actually finish it. But I'm spinning a lot of plates right now. But I think after the third one, that's probably going to be the end for me on that. I have spent good four years now working on this one game. And so as much as I love it and I love the fans and all of that, I can only add so much, and the game's done with. So where's the what's the second one? What is oh goodness, what was the second one? It should be on the channel. Maybe I didn't upload it. Oh no. Oh no. Maybe I didn't upload the second one. Okay, so there's two more coming down the pipeline. Um, so I might have neglected to upload that, but I'll see if I can't do that soon. Um, anyway, we had some questions show up on Tumblr, and I did want to jump in on those. Uh, One person asked a question that I cannot respond to right now. Um, let that stand for itself. And let's see. And oh gosh, no, I saw a question here. I have to answer really quick. Do I sing? No, I don't sing. I It's a goal of mine to go through the motions and do the scales and such. I don't know that if I will ever be a decent singer, but it's something that I'm interested in, and maybe I'll do something with singing at some point. That would be a lot of fun for me. Let's see. Oh, Lunar is in the chat. Hi, Lunar. Oh my goodness, why does everyone say that? Every time I get on stream, someone just unprompted says that I have, a lovely voice, beautiful voice, yada yada. Oh gosh. What is? Oh, okay. Last question, then I got to get to Tumblr. What is your favorite instrument to use, digital or physical? That is a heck of a question. Um, so my favorite physical instrument, I think, is what everyone has affectionately called the orc guitar, because I am rather large. I'm 6'4", 250 pounds. Um, I have a very intimidating build, even though I am a sweetie. And so I have this little. It's two strings tuned in fifths, starting at D, and then it's got a chorus set an octave up, so it's D A D, and it's Ionian tuned, so it's just a single scale. So it's almost like a strum dulcimer, but rather than being in the lap, you hold it like a guitar. It is one of my favorite instruments to play. It's like my standard. Um, but I play so many different instruments. As far as virtual ones are concerned, that's also a tough one. You can see in the window there on the left side, I have it set to my favorites right now. And so I definitely use a lot of uh, uh let's see. I definitely like lean on Spitfire Audio's Albion One for like big orchestral sounds. I would like some less orchestral and like more intimate kind of things for like a little higher tempo like smaller ensemble kind of stuff, but that's another investment. But I think like right now my two favorite instruments would have to be Submission Audio's Eurobass 3 and and Serum. Serum is just great, and I actually on this little demo thing that I have set up here, I do have two tracks of Serum. I love it. It's so adaptable. It's so customizable. It's great. The UI is a tad too small. Can I bring that out just a little? No, no. Maybe I can large up the window a little bit there. Is that? Yeah. But let's see. What do we have here right now? Just in my favorites. I got my compressor, EQ, gate, limiter, my bit crusher. I have a couple of like rack presets. I got chip synth SFC from Plogue, Fender Mini, Native Instruments FM8. If you're into FM synthesis, this thing goes wild. It's so it's like it's a big stack. It's a big stack of customizable voices, and it's wild if you're into FM synthesis. Let's see, Guitar Rig 7. I got a bunch of contact instruments. Spitfire Labs. We love that. We love the soft piano. Massive is a big old workhorse, but it has since been replaced by Serum for me. Recently picked up Odin 3, which is a cute little guitar multi-sample engine. And then, oh yeah, Superior Drummer 2. Total workhorse for me. And then, of course, there's a lot of stuff that's built into Ableton Live. Anyway. Let's see. So the first question we got asked is, how do we pronounce that username? Kim Dokyafan? I don't know. Let's see. It's I think my biggest roadblock in music making is that I just don't know where to start. Like, I know my music theory, more or less. I have a concept slash idea slash theme for the song. I have my program of choice, but when it's time to start, I just get intimidated. So how do you go about starting any song you compose? Is it melody first, a specific chord you may have in mind, something else? I'd love to know. And there's a little compliment after that. As far as how I write things, it really depends on the request. Let's see. So I do have a lot of silly little instruments sitting around in the studio. I've got like a dozen different stringed things, some woodwind and brass and reed and yada yada yada. Sometimes I'll just pick something up and I'll goof around, and that becomes the idea, where I will just noodle, and then I will literally just click the notes. I don't even I have this. What is it? It's relatively old now, but I have a Complete Control S49 just sitting there that I don't use because I'm not a good keyboardist. And it's so much easier for me to just click the notes in. Sometimes it's better. Honestly, I have this here mostly for Sadie because she is a phenomenal musician. I can't remember the new name of the song, but Snacks. Was it Let's Play Rock Paper Scissors? I think is the ISAT title. So the drums and bass were sequenced, and the intro piano was sequenced, but the rest of it, so the Rhodes, the organ, and the guitar were all done live, and that's exactly why I have this keyboard sitting around, is for for Sadie, because she's amazing. But let's see. So so we have, let's see, how do I, so sometimes you can start with some chords or a little melody idea and you just kind of go from there. And let's see, one other. Oh, and then the other question. This was an anonymous one. So would you have any tips for building off of melodies in making songs? I find that a lot of the time when I'm making music, I can make a lead melody I like, but I have no idea how to add more chords, backing melodies, etc. to it. um, yeah, and that's the I got a handful of compliments, but those were the basic questions, and so I decided to kind of jump in here and just make something really quick to kind of address both of those. So let's see. Hopefully this is not too loud. Otherwise, I will turn it down. But we've got a little chord set up right here. Let's see. We'll make that a little bigger so we can all read that. And let's see. Is this too loud? I hope it's not too loud. So that's the basic idea. And please let me know if the volume is right. I've did a lot of playing around before the live, but I just want to make sure that everything's coming through clear. Um, so so to bit quieter would be nice. Okay, thank you so much. I will actually drop that by, let's see, 4 dB. How does that work? Hopefully that's a little better. It drops it by 4 dB. And if that's not enough, we'll drop it by like another 2. But what we have here, so this is just really silly basic stuff. I just kind of threw this together before the session, so I wasn't like flailing on camera, which I'm gonna do anyway. So basic C major triad, and then we go up to the D minor, and for those of you with a classic background, yes, this is wrong. You're not supposed to do parallel fifths, whatever. This is modern music. I break those rules all the time, even if I try to follow them. So we go from a C to a D, and then we move down to an A, and then we're borrowing the F sharp there for the B. And it just sounds kind of interesting, you know? Has sort of like a 90s feel to it. I don't know. But then we kind of do the same approach here, but it's like the top note is almost the same. You know, there's a little difference there, but then we're on an A7 to an F to another A to a G, which is our 5 that brings us back to 1. And so as far as like this approach where you come up with like a cool chord progression, then you want to go from there, there's a few different things that we can do. Let's see if I can pull this off. I'm just going to make it in here and then I'll transfer it up to my lead, which will sound a little better, but I want to get it in the same window here. So what we've got, sure. Let's see. Yeah. we'll just repeat that. Well, actually, are we? Okay, so ooh, let's look at the chat. People are there chords like this? In ISAT, I still haven't beat. Oh, I mean, there's there's a lot of stuff in there. There's what the Hangout song I think is kind of similar to this. Was it is it Snack Time Yet? I think it's the track. Um, we need your opinion on minor four chord and major key. Minor four chord. I'm not sure. I'm not sure I've ever worked one of those in. I've definitely done the minor six for a minor scale, but minor four. I mean, go for it though. Add a minor four. We'll get to that. We will get to that. I promise. And then so what do we got here so far? That sounds good. So the idea here, as far as what we're doing with the melody here, is obviously E is in the key. There's our 9. We've got our 3 and our 2 on the D, plus the root and the 7, root 9. Then we're coming down to the A minor. We got to hit the 5, the 4. Then we're coming in here, and this is because we got a borrowed note. So we've got that minor 2 there. That's a little tense, but the chord is a little tense. So we're just again. So the basic idea here is that we're playing around with like roots, thirds, 9s and 7s and stuff like that, and so we're making some passing tones that make sense in the context, and then we'll just I don't know. Let's does that work? Oh no, we have to move this around a little bit because we want that 7 there. So there we go. So now we have a melody. All we're doing is we're coming up with a rhythmic pattern here that kind of counterbalances our other, because we got the dun 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 dun, but then we got da 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 da, and so we've got like a little rhythmic harmony going on here. We're doing a little syncopation. It's fun. Let's see. Let's see. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do here? I gotta check the chat again. Let's see. I'm going to buy iSat soon. Which soundtrack is the best? Which soundtrack? I mean, there's a disc 1 and a disc 2, but so I'm not sure what you're asking, but yeah, there's a lot of different styles in Stars and Time. There's some bouncy stuff, there's some heavy metal stuff, there's orchestral things, there's like a lot of sad, like moody music, there's some really intense stuff. Yeah, disc 2 is riddled with spoilers. what do you do when you get some incredible melody idea, but you're somewhere outside? That doesn't super happen to me, but there are a few different things. Like I know there's a mobile version of FL Studio that's like I never really figured out how to make good use of it, but you can also just like hit record on your phone and just hum it and then come back to it. There's a lot of different ways that you can sort of capture the moment for sure. So let's see. Anyway, I'm just gonna take that up there. We're gonna take these. So we've got a little monophonic synth here that we can play around with a little bit. Let's play around like I'm not sure. Oh, now that's gonna bug me. The unison is just being a little weird. That's fine. Is that? Oh, it's not the unison. It's that my portamento speed is too slow. Sure, that works. Whatever. Yeah, and then by the way, this is what making music sounds like, is just starting and stopping a million times over again. Just beep, 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 beep. Like, oh, God forbid you ever have to edit an audiobook or any kind of like, like vocal, like ADR or anything like that. It's a nightmare. Anyway, we got a little extra style on there. Oh, as far as the overlapping notes go, oh, does this, oh, let me check. OBS, no, that doesn't show up because it's window capture and this is a separate window. So I am using Serum. I have it set to mono legato with a portamento speed of 75 milliseconds. So it will only play one note no matter how many notes are supposed to play at the same time. And one of the effects of that is when you have, it goes, here, we'll solo it out so you can hear it. You see, it glides between the two of them. So I have the instrument set up to do that. Yeah. We don't have that luxury in Beatbox. Yeah, like, the free tools out there are great for getting you started. I love it so much. Over time, you find that it doesn't do everything you want, and so you have to sort of expand from there. But let's see. Okay, so there we go. So we've got a melody here. We've got our chords. I'm gonna just scrap that out there. Boop a doop a doop boop boo. So I'm going to put this to the side for right now. The other thing that I kind of want to look at here, it's good fun, good fun. Just going to move that on over. All right. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Lunar. You're wonderful. And let's see here. So anyway, the other half of the Tumblr questions were oh, let me just I'm just gonna cha-cha-cha really quick, put that back. there is when you have a melody, how do you put chords to it? So we've got this little goofy melody here. What is your wait? Oh goodness, chat stuff. Hey, what is your opinion on Homestuck OST? Also, what is your favorite OST ever? There's a lot of good Homestuck music. I never finished it. But I was a Homestuck back in the day. I'm 37. I'm old, so I was there when it was like still being made. And yeah, there's a lot of really stellar music in there. Great stuff. Also, what is my favorite OST ever? Hands down, Ocarina of Time. Hands down. That lives in my soul. I have multiple Legend of Zelda tattoos. I I've been binging Echoes of Wisdom since it came out. Huge fan of the Legend of Zelda franchise in general. And I could talk for days about that, but this is supposed to be about studio stuff, so we'll go from there. So we've got this melody right here. We've got, it's cute little syncopation, but we want to make chords for it. We don't have chords. These ones don't exist. So what do we do here? Let's see. Do we start on... Well, someone wanted a minor 4, so we'll see if we can't throw that in there. And we'll maybe, you know what? We'll just come up with the chords first, and then we'll come up with a cute pattern for them later. But we're just gonna block this out really quick here. So let's see. What is 3? Oh, I see what you were saying. Minor 4. Cute. We'll do it. We'll do it. How's that gonna sound? Let's see, and then we'll go. What will do? Can we do that? Sure, why not? So we've got, again, so we're not even paying attention to our original chords here. We're starting on a C. We've got this F, E, D, C. Well, that kind of looks like a D major, but forget that. We're not, because we got that C there. So it's actually the minor 4, because that still works because we don't have the A established in there. So it's a minor instead. And then let's see. And then A minor for that. This is kind of like abstract. I actually think we should move that up to what if we just let that ring out? And then we can do what we can do. We can do like an A. What A? Can we do an A? I don't want to put it up there. And then, how about that? No. Still kind of want to throw that B in there. But we used the B last time. Let's see. What could we do instead? Can we do? Oh God, can we do that? Sure, we'll take a borrow chord. We'll take a D major because we've got the minor 4, so we may as well get a major 2 in there. Why not? We'll just go nutty with it. And then because we're already here, we'll start with the. Wait, can we get all the way up there? Like really? Yeah, we can get like a big expanded chord there. Okay, cool. And then what comes chat, what comes after A minor here? What comes oh goodness, my best friend is in here. Hi Tam, what's up? Oh my goodness, there are so many people in here asking me questions and stuff. What comes after A minor? Let's see. Well, what do we got here? We got F, E, D, C. It's an F major. That's what comes up next. It's an F major because we got the F, E, D, C, F, C. That's our 7. That's a 6 because I said so. And let's see. So how do they? And then we'll do the classic. I'm gonna do this one for Tam, cause she loves this cadence. We're just gonna wait. No, we were leaving the melody alone. Right. There we go. Okay. So. Okay. Now, do we want to do like a syncopation here? I kinda want to like that. Is that it? Oh my goodness. There we go. Oh, that was all. I did it wrong. I did it wrong. It's supposed to be that long. Okay. We'll just block out these chords real quick. There we go. There we go. So now we have started with chords over here. And then we took the melody that we made on top of the chords and we wrote new chords for it because we just had a melody. And then we can even put those back. Wait, let me. I gotta actually like separate these out. And then we'll take the melody out of here. And then we'll just move it over there. And now we have 2 different things here. There we go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, so my goodness gracious. So yeah, so that's kind of it. Is there's multiple ways to approach this kind of stuff. Like my process sometimes is very theory oriented. Sometimes it's very experimental. Sometimes I write on an instrument. Sometimes I just click it into the tracker because it's like I don't know. It depends on what we're going for. One of the things I do kind of want to say about this in particular is that it's very how do I put this? It exists inside of this box right here. So it's very like folky in a way because we're only going from A to F. We are keeping it entirely inside of this box. We haven't done any like super huge leaps or anything like that. So just feel like because we got this do like so we're keeping it very four on the floor, and regardless of what we have going on here, who cares about the chords? Our melody here is very like linear, very like you can draw a line between it. There's no like we're not doing like we're not jumping like by a six or anything like that. So because I started with something a little fun and dancey, my natural inclination was to go for something a little more folky. Depending on the style of music you're writing, you can play around with different sizes of intervals and things like that. Really, the idea is just to contrast whatever you're doing such that it has an emotional effect. And it's partially theory, is partially just building up a heuristic in your brain over time about what sounds like what and what would be good. And it's just a lot of different silly stuff. Oh my goodness, chat. Chat saying, what is that? Sounds like a fun exercise to do. The chords, melody, chords. Yeah, for sure. And then someone else said, someday I'll do this, then repeat it again and again. The Song of Theseus. I love that. I absolutely love that. I 100% encourage you to do that. And like, tag the studio on socials when you do, please. I would love to see that. You just keep going melody chord, and then if you get even more elaborate with it, like you also throw in like bass lines and different kinds of drums and things like that. Like one of the things you hear in a lot of the more like aggressive music that we've done is like the drums very much affect the perception of the like feeling or intensity of a piece. Because and this is great, like I usually lean on my dear sister Sandra for this kind of stuff, but because she's just better at drums. But so we have that do like wait, let me just put it back in here. But what happens if we take it out? So now we've got this like halftime thing going on here. Can I set this up to be 4? Yeah, let's do that. Is this wait, which is it? Sure. Oh my goodness. Misclicking. So you see how those are all like very, very different things, depending on how you kind of track out the drums. It's got like different levels of intensity, even just like is more high energy, but that's very, it's halftime, so it's like, you know, it's building suspense. So you can do a lot of different stuff with that. It's just fun, fun, fun. Have I ever made a piece bass line first? Yes. um for In Stars and Time, um the only the only thing that was arguably bass focused was the King battle and the various associated pieces, because there were like a handful of different pieces that used the same motif, da 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 dum da 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 dum. And that was actually the very first piece of music written for well, originally Start Again, which, you know, then it was like the prototype for In Stars and Time. That was very much done bass first, because, well, I was playing on an 8-string electric guitar, and it was just a goofy idea that I had, and so it was that. So what, da 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 dum da 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 dum, and then da 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 dum da 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 dum da 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 dum da 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 dum. That was still bass focused, and then it goes into the like approach to the King motif with this bass line under da 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 da, like in 13/16, and that started with the bass, and I just kind of fit the King approach theme on top of it, da 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 da. And then what, and then da 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 da. Yeah, the whole thing was like bass focused, for sure, for sure. Oh yeah, the track was called Do You Remember? um like they're like, the names came so very after everything else, so like in-house, and even with the with the developer, the tracks all have like unofficial names, and like different motifs have unofficial names and stuff like that. Like there's friendship, there's hope, there's time, there's boss. What else was in there? The let's see, Your Hands was another motif. The death motif and the game over motif were both in there. Showed up a lot. Yeah. So I have so much trouble remembering the names of my own studio's songs. But then as far as other stuff is concerned, this was cute. Like take a screenshot. I'm just gonna make this really big right here. Take a screenshot if you want, because I am deleting this. We'll get into some other stuff. Your Hands is see, it was originally called that on Start Again, and I don't remember that. It might have been Frozen in Time or something like that. It's what was it? Da 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 da. Was it that one, or was it da 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 da? Da, 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 da. It was one of those. Like, again, this has been like 4 or 5 years of my life now, so it's hard to keep everything straight. Great music though. But yeah, grab screenshot there if you want to mess around with it. Grab screenshot there if you want to mess around with it. We got do 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 and do 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 do. And if you end up doing something with this, or you have that Song of Theseus idea and you end up running with that, tag the studio on socials. We're on Tumblr, we're on Twitter. and uh like oh, I would love I would love to see what you end up doing with this. But then also, let's see here. Oh, do I want to we're gonna as far as like bass focused music goes, um like let me just pull this up. We're not gonna save that. um as far as bass focused music is concerned, and oh, I'm gonna have to turn down the master track so much. um like maybe even like point 0.6 for this one. You're so nervous to ever tag the studio? No, please, 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 please. Um, right now it's just me, Lindar. Like I have like composers, musicians in the studio, but I'm the one who's running this. So you're really just like hitting me up personally. I don't have a social media manager. No one else is like looking at this stuff. Maybe sometime in the future I'll get a social media manager, but right now, no, it's just me. So please tag, 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 tag. I love to see your stuff. Like fan works, anything that I've done to inspire you. Like please, it's so cool getting to see that kind of stuff. I love it. I love it. So please like tag the studio and stuff. As far as like bass focused music stuff that starts with a bass, yeah, the entirety of Doomtroid, the very very bass focused because it's all. I think yeah, this is A. Yeah, so it's very much like drop A. Like I'm a big fan of like drop metal, so like drop A, drop E, or double drop E or whatever you want to call it, like the low stuff. I'm a huge metalhead, and so this is more of like bass driven. That's a little quiet. I love this kind of stuff. Da, da, da. Anyway. This is the first track off of Doomtroid. It is uh, a Doom 2016 slash Eternal inspired like original Metroid, like Hip Tanaka, like old school Metroid, like kind of fusion with like it's got like a lot of like classic gaming elements while still being like very bass driven, very heavy metal kind of stuff. I this album engineered so hard. I spent so much time. So if we end up talking about like actual engineering, like sound design, mixing, things like that, which I would love to cover, but that is such a long topic of conversation. This album would be like a great example of seeing what I've done as far as mixing goes. Like, let's see. Astrid Beck asks, would you ever release full credits for the ISAT soundtrack? I'm always curious how much of it was you versus the other folks at the studio. Um, so, um, if you listen on Spotify or other streaming services, the song credits are actually listed for each track, and on the Bandcamp version, there. I'm not sure if I put individual credits per song, but I did put like an overall credits on the page for the album. So yeah, I actually did detail out like who did what on each track, um, or at least like who contributed what, that kind of thing. Um, Broadly speaking, uh, Alice Liston, who's no longer with the studio, but she's a great composer. She's off doing her own thing now. She originally, uh, let's see, the Dormont theme, for example. I was struggling a lot, so I came up with like three different ideas for a town theme. Eventually went da 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 da. That's it. There you go. Take that. Go. Do. I don't care anymore. Please take this away from me. She disappeared for an hour, um, and came back with a MIDI file that was just like boom, counterpoint chords, all of this kind of stuff, and then I just kind of spruced it up from there. Um, the King like walk up thing, the like the chords and the opening melody, also Alice Liston. Um, what was it? The Friend Hangout track. Um, that was that was a live recording of Sadie playing piano. So that was just like, I think she took like three takes to flesh it out, and then by the fourth, we just kept that take. It was just a little bit of brushing up, and then I like for the non-solo version, I put some more like elaborate instrumentation on top of it, but I didn't actually like write anything. I just arranged it. So that was entirely Sadie. Um, Sadie was Snacks, or what was it? Let's Play Rock Paper Scissors. Do 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 do. She did the she did like all of the lead stuff minus the opening and closing piano. Um, and then like my sister Sandra Baker, she does all of the percussion. She helps out a lot with like engineering and stuff like that. Sadie has also been a big help on engineering. Um, it's been pretty cool. On this latest album, Doomtroid, there are a few tracks that there's one track that has Sadie on it, and there are I think two tracks that have one of my new composers, Koyota, on them, because he's an amazing pianist, just like phenomenal, like in terms of both composition and like playing. And we're also working on a single from him in the studio, which I'm pretty excited about. It's like sort of like J-pop inspired. It's really really cool, and we just have a lot of other stuff going on right now. It's wild. Ugh. The season is getting to me. Excuse me. Dang. Mm. All right. Let's check the chat again. Oh, Prickles. This is like a 20-second loop of. Oh my goodness. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Like, post it. Put it on like SoundCloud, or like I don't know, put it on like SoundCloud or something, and like Tag us. We love it. We love it. And Lena says, assembling Gunpla while listening to your stream, the best evening. Thank you so much. And oh my goodness, um, I I'm a huge giant robot fan. I started watching G Witch and it's amazing. Big fan of the OG UC 0079. Um, big fan of Build Fighters, big fan of Iron Blooded Orphans, of loving G Witch so far. Um, Gosh, there's like so many different series out now, but I just love like the building the models is so therapeutic. Anyway, as far as like bass driven composing, it's very heavy metal. We're just riding on A the whole time. What else is there? And then there's another one. There's another one. What else? And I mean, as far as like bass driven composition goes, it's I feel like it's the same idea as like writing for melody. It's just you're kind of adding context to a piece that's already there. So like, oh my goodness, what is this monstrosity that I've made here? Is this a good one to talk about? What is this one? Oh god, this one's okay. Yeah, if y'all haven't checked out Doomtride, it's up on streaming services. Um it's up on Bandcamp. Like, if y'all like heavy metal, go check it out. Huge, hugely happy with it. But let's check out the actual composition here. Let's bring this up a little bit. So, yeah, this part here. Uh, JC Horsky is asking, what software is this? It's fine. It has already been answered, but that's totally fine if you came in like late or whatever. I don't mind. This is Ableton Live 11. I've used a lot of different DAWs in the past. I've done Cubase, FL Studio, Pro Tools. I've done a tiny bit of Logic. I've done Reason. This is the one that works best for me, just for my workflow. Try so many different ones out and figure out what works best for you. That is my advice there. As far as this composition goes, for the bass line, we're just riding on the E with an occasional F there, so we can vaguely assume what, like Phrygian or something like that. That's the third mode. It's where the root is the third whatever. Modal music, yay. So of course we've got the E, da 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 da. So we're doing like, I don't know, we're playing around a little bit here, but then it's honestly because we have this E as the anchor point, we have a lot of room to play around here. So we're starting off fairly in the box with this. Da 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 da. And then we're taking this. Normally, this because this is like E Phrygian would be all naturals, so we would put it here, which, you know, that's valid, but that little borrowed note there, because the interval where they're like a minor third, great stuff. We do another minor third, so we're walking it down into a diminished, and then back in the key here, and then we're doing that 4 up to our dim 5 there, because I don't know, it's got sort of like a, I don't know what the term is for it, but we're going for like I think it's like a dominant Phrygian, something like that. We're going for like, I don't know, some kind of vibe, and then we bring it back in, because it's just like picking the wrong notes sometimes sounds great, especially when you're doing death metal. Like, come on, why not? So let's see. Question. Have you tried stuff like pure data before? I do not know what that is. Let's see. Pure data synth. Oh. No, I've never messed around with something like that. That looks really cool. I have done oh, what is it? It's the thing that's like in pseudo Ruby that's used for like making live loops. I cannot, something pi, I think. I can't remember. Ugh. Can't remember the name of it, but I have messed around with like some of like the data style, like loop manipulation, like live coding stuff like that. It's fun. And back in the day, before I actually got some traction, one of the things I did was I played a handful of live shows using 2 Game Boys. It was a DMG01 and the AGB. Just 2 ROM loader carts, LSDJ. And I had a bunch of sets pre-made, but I had also gotten so quick with it back in the day that I actually also ended up like live programming music as it was playing. It was a lot of fun, but I'm not so much in like performance right now. In the future, I'm thinking about it, but for now, But let's see, what else do we have going on here? And this, as far as like the syncopation is concerned, this is, let's see, oh God, what is this part? This is nonsense. This is pure nonsense. Don't even, we never heard that. That's not real. It can't hurt you. To begin to do a theory breakdown of this when it's just vibes, would be just impossible. But yeah, so to answer that question, yes, I have done pace-driven music before. If you like really wild like progressive death metal, check out Doomtroid. It's so much fun. It's so fun for me to listen to. Um, so let's see. Did we get any stuff in the? Oh, we did get some questions in the Q&A thing there. Lefon asks, where does the name Studio Thumpy Puppy come from? Um, so that's a story. Um, so so I've fairly large proportions. Like I'm 6'4", but also like even then, like my hands and feet are kind of large compared to my especially before when I was skinny. They were very large for my frame. I used to weigh 140 pounds. I'm now up to 250 because I I do spend some time lifting. I like lifting. But also, I am autistic, uh, which means I have motor dyspraxia. So, um, so I do run into things a lot. And because I have, relatively large hands and feet for my frame, I do have sort of puppyish proportions. Um, and so, uh, Thumpy Puppy. That's where that came from. Um, it's sort of a I guess like a claiming of something that is a negative and turning it into something positive and cute. So yeah, that's where that came from. Also, it's just kind of a memorable name, Studio Thumpy Puppy. It's kind of hard for a lot of people to say, which honestly makes it better because people will say Thumpy Pumpy or something like that, or like they'll trip over the name, which I think just makes it more memorable. And then we got one other question here. Um, let's see. Oh, forgot to. Yeah. And then let's see. And then we've got this other one here. Um, any tips for how to make a melody memorable? When I try to compose music, I sometimes struggle to give the song identity, and they often sound meandering, if that makes sense. Love your music. Oh, thank you so much, Aaron Allen. As far as making a melody memorable, there are a lot of different approaches to that. Um, let me give me 2 seconds to get a little sip here while I think on that. Let's see. So I think my first bit of advice is, can you hum it? Is it easy to hum? Is like, let me jump back into the chat here. Is a melody hummable? Let's see. I've got my little toy right here, my pocket operator. Do 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 do. Like, if you can hum it, that's a great sign that it's a memorable melody. Um, the other the other thing that I would just like play around endlessly, listen to different kinds of music, expand your horizons, but um, use your friends as guinea pigs. Use me as a guinea pig if you want. Um, if a one of the biggest things that set me on the right path for making memorable melodies is if I play it at someone with no context. Are they one, um, like already kind of grooving along with it, and two, do I catch them humming the melody like in the following hour, 24 hours? Because if it's stuck in their head, you know you've got a banger right there. It's the best thing. It's just use your friends as guinea pigs. You'll kind of learn it from there. um, that is my technique, and I've been doing this for over 20 years. So the other thing is just time and practice. As far as like specifically addressing it being meandering, um I think part of it is that you need to um well, it feels silly to say, but you need to make sure it's going somewhere. You need to make sure that it has some amount of motion to it, and that's partially I think that's partially informed by theory, um, which is to say, like, you like there break the rules all the time, but there are rules. The rules are there because we don't care about the rules, but generally speaking, let me just throw on a quick little piano. Where's the... There you are, Labs. Hello, Labs. So, the idea here... Let's close that out real quick. Give ourselves 4 bars here. The idea is that... We'll start in C major. Why not? So the idea for like a classical, like sort of Eurocentric idea of like Western European centric, America centric, whatever style of music, like our classic stuff that we do here that's not taking into account like other kinds of scales that aren't like the 12 tone equal temperament. The idea is generally that, we'll even just simplify it here, is when you start with a note, and you don't have to start at the root, but we're going to start at the root. You can go up a second, or you can go down a third, or up a fourth, or down a fifth, which is the same. But also the one can go to any chord, so like it's not incorrect to take it to the 5. And so keeping this kind of thing in mind, where like if we go very, very, very standard, like super standard progression here, we'll do C major. Goodness. Up to and then let's see. So we went up a fourth. Now we can go. Let's see. We can go up a second or down a third. Let's go down a third. Also, we're and then voice leading is another one. So we got that feels like that's where that wants to go. Sure. I'm gonna make this, is that right? No, that's not right. See? And we've got 4 notes. It is vaguely our melody here. But we're adding a sense of like classical progression. And you don't have to follow this. It's just know the effect that it has. Is generally for a lot of audiences, this is perceived as going somewhere, as moving forward. And if you don't follow this, it sounds like it's a little lost, a little wandering, which sometimes you want to do. Or sometimes it sounds good anyway. Like a normal walk down, like from A, just going like a... Like that's perfect. Like that's going down a second. That's wrong according to classic progression, but who cares? It sounds good. Like, who cares? Who cares? But then we've got this little thing here. Let's just add a little flourish on here. What we got the C. Let's make it weird. Let's make it weird. And then what? That. And then we'll tack on the 7 there. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Leave it. Amazing. 12 out of 10. There we go. See? Amazing. Amazing. And oh wait, let's take the lead without the rest of the chords here. Just get an idea of what that sounds like. See? It sounds fine on its own. Amazing, wonderful. So just kind of keeping the implied motion of chords in a melody really keeps it sounding like forward moving and progressive. And then like it really just depends on what you want to do. It depends on like the kind of music that you want to make here. Let's see. What's in my folder here? Oh goodness, did I? Wait, not that one, not that one. Is it you? Yeah, it's you. Okay. This is an unreleased track. This is very, very, very math rocky, but let's just take a look here, right off the bat. Okay. Anyway, that's enough of that. The season is getting to me so bad. We've got so and we're like what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? This is oh, this is one of those fancy chords. What is this, like a 13 or something? Was I getting noodly with this? So that's my yeah, I think whatever. Root 5 9. We should make this or 7. What am I talking about? 7 9 11 30. Yeah, so they're just 13 chords. They sound pretty. I like them. But we're hitting the 5 there, doing a little walk up, and we're playing around kind of in that space of F, which is our root note. Jump down here to the other 5. Another little sparkly walk down, hit that root again. We're elaborating on the structure of the chord here, because you see we're not actually playing with we don't include the 3s. We don't include the 3s here. So goodness, sorry. So we can play around here. We've actually hit the 3 for this one. So it's just like, honestly, a lot of melody is just like playing around inside of chords. Just make it sound great. And then thank you, Ro. Yeah, I am a huge fan of math rock myself. I listen to like John and Pliny and all of the other names fell out of my head now. What, like Horse the Band's? No, that's a not Horse the Band. That's the Horse the Band was the Mini Bosses people. I used to be on the shiz way back in the day, if anyone knows what that is. Like, yeah, I was on Dwelling of Duels way back in the day. No, what a Trioscapes. Trioscapes is another fun one. Giraffes. Love that kind of stuff. But anyway, like, here, I don't know, let's just... Let's pick this apart. We're really riding on the C for this whole thing. So at first, we're hitting low C, octave, 3rd, octave, 7. And we're just kind of walking that pattern down. So we're just playing around on like the 3, 4, and 5 of a lot of chords while kind of staying vaguely in the vicinity of C. And of course there's a bunch of like weird elaboration because it is math rock. So then what? Again, it's more noodling. More noodling. Oh, and then get ready. This okay, and a very appropriate question right now. What was this track going to originally be used for? It wasn't. Um, I I have the foolish idea of doing something that I love for work. And so while I do make music for video games, I also just make music for fun, which is what Doomtroid was. That's what this is part of. I just sometimes like I just have an idea. I'm just sitting down with a guitar and I just goof around and come up with something cool, and then I track it out, and it's just fun stuff. So yeah, this wasn't going to be used for anything. This was entirely for fun. Um, um, Really quick, one thing I want to highlight here. Um, this. So we're still riding on the C here. We're riding on that C because we're doing like very pedal thing. We're keeping it anchored to the lowest note. But we've got our 4 there. So there's no 3, but we've got the F7. And then we do a minimal amount of movement here. So we drop these two by a semitone, but we move this one up a major third, or minor third. And so then we've got our E, we've got the 5, and then we've got the 3. So normally, you know, you would expect the 3 to be between the 1 and the 5, but it's an interesting voicing. So then you get, and it was just fun. Like, it feels good to play too. That's the thing for me. It just feels good to play. And then it's just noodling. It's just silly noodling the whole time, and I love it. This was just a song of pure joy. But one thing I do want to talk about, because we have not addressed it, is the drums. Unfortunately, my drummer is not here, but we can talk a little bit about like the idea behind the actual like percussive elements and like rhythm and all of that. Okay, that part's a little nutty, but well, that's in 4/4. Let's see. Okay, this is probably a good one to look into, and uh, let's suspend our automation for a moment. Can we do that? No, we can't. Why will it not let me do that? Oh, whatever. I wanted to play it in halftime, but cool. So we do a little like matching of the guitar here. Little dun, 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 and we're just doing like a little tom walk down there, and then this part. Can we just solo this? Yeah. What even is this time signature? Okay. This is kind of straightforward. Maybe I should just get my sister on a stream sometime to do this, because she does magic with this stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get her on stream, because like I honestly cannot parse this. She does wonders for my weird mathy nonsense. We are, oh goodness, so we've been on stream for about hour 40 minutes. I might want to wrap this up soon. But what have I got here? Let's see. Oh wait, where is it? Where's the yeah, how do I write drum lines like that? I get my sister to do it. She's so much better at it than I am. So I don't remember if this track is finished, but along the lines of Stardust Jazz Cafe, I did have this kind of lined up, and let's just take a look, because I haven't listened to this in a while. And it's not playing. Why isn't it playing? Oh no, because I had to reset my machine. No, and I don't know what I was doing with this. I'm so sorry. I actually can't play it because I recently had a hard drive die, and so I had to do a fresh install of Windows and everything, and a bunch of things got messed up. So it can't find the plugins. Can I just like throw something cheap on here really quick? So these are all the wrong instruments, but we're just gonna let it ride so we can hear it a little bit. Prickles, yes, send me your music. Everyone send me your music. I don't know what instruments any of this was supposed to be, but it's fine. Yeah, okay, that's ballpark where it was, I think. Um, but yeah. Um, oh my goodness, JC, this whole stream has really made me want to try composing again. Maybe if I have the time, I'll make something again. I love that. I love that. Yes, please do it. Do it. Share it around. I love it. I want to hear all y'all's music, please. I love it so much. I'm such a fan of my fans. Come on. Give me all of your noodles and your works in progress and everything like that. Um so yeah, this is about the end of the stream. So what I'm going to say is it is in fact Bandcamp Friday. If you are so inclined, if you haven't yet, please check out the In Stars in Time soundtrack. We've got both discs up. It's some 40 tracks. It's like well over an hour of music for $10. Bandcamp Friday, the Bandcamp waives their usual cut, so we get a larger portion of what you spend on it, and you get like streaming plus like high quality downloads, all of that kind of stuff. There's also Doomtroid, if you really liked the heavy metal stuff I played earlier. Absolutely check out Doomtroid. And so I will say, final note also, yes, please tag the studio for your creations. I want to see them. I want to see them so bad. It has been so wonderful, so lovely getting to hang out with you all. Thank you so much, and we will try to do this again soon. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Wonderful.